Yeah, so I did quite a comprehensive video last year about what our test actually is and what it entails. So I suppose in short, it's the 15-meter multi-stage fitness test, or BLEAT test, and what that entails is running back and forth between two cones placed 15 meters apart to a pre-recorded audio that has a sequence of beeps that gets progressively faster. So you basically do that up until either you voluntarily withdraw or until you meet our required fitness standard, which is 7.6, or I suppose it's equivalent to 5.5 minutes of continuous running. And I believe it's 55 shuttles, so 55 times back and forth in its entirety. So that we use the 15-meter version of that test. That is a specifically adapted version of the BLEAT test for the police and prison service. So the 20-meter BLEAT test is the more traditional test that is usually done in schools. It's what the military use. So that's kind of the more traditional test, and this 15-meter version is just specifically adapted for the police and prison service. I think just to give a bit more flexibility in terms of where it can be carried out, if I'm honest. And it doesn't mean that it's any easier, it just means that all of the timings are adapted for the shorter distance. So to kind of answer your question, there's the first difference between the CNC or the police service and the army, in that we would use the 15-meter version of that test as opposed to the 20-meter version. I was actually looking at the army recruitment standards, and it looks like they've quite recently been changed or updated. So now it's split into soldier and officer. So from what I can see, if you're a soldier, your entrance test will be 1.2 mile run, whereas if you're going in as officer, it will be the 20-meter BLEAT test. In combination with a few different tests that they've got as well. So they've got things that look at muscular strength and endurance. So they've got a medicine ball throw where you have to be seated and then just throw a medicine ball out as far as you can. And also what they've called a thigh pull test, where you have to almost deadlift 50 kilos and hold it in position. So we, the CNC and generally the police service, don't have any of those kind of muscular strength and endurance tests. We used to, going back several years now, we used to have a push and pull test on the old dynamometer machine, which was taken out, as I say, quite a few years ago. So that's probably one area within the police service and within the CNC that we maybe could be looking at in the future. Certainly within our kind of sphere. If you look at the AFO role profile, there's probably a requirement there to kind of have a degree of muscular strength and endurance. So it's, as I say, it's probably something that we potentially should look at in the future.